What's going on, everybody? It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst. I thought Lane was taking a shot there for a split second, but I
did too. Shot.
Lane, you just shot him back.
Shot.
Everybody! But we have an action-packed show today. We got the usual suspects here, the full crew. Gazzy is, I think, buried in birthday cake, but he might join us. He might not. Who knows?
Maybe he's popping out of a birthday cake.
Probably.
Well, that escalated quickly.
That's a big cake, bro. I don't know what to say.
Lane,
Happy birthday!
WWE. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
So you told me something that blew my mind. So a guy pretended to have a broken leg. How does that work?
What?
So,
What?
yeah.
That's what I said. I'm like, what?
What?
So we might as well get into it because tonight was night one of SummerSlam tonight in the WWE, and I was sitting there watching this whole
Was it
event.
Sheamus?
No, it wasn't
That
Sheamus.
seems like a Sheamus thing to do, though.
It was Seth Rollins, but do you watch WWE Keith Smith?
I watched some of it.
Okay, so you know
Rollins,
Seth.
boy, Rollins, you gotta be kidding me! Come on, Rollins, that's my boy right there.
There you go. So
What is he doing?
we'll dive into what really happened because I mean, like, I'll be honest. I was sitting here watching this show. I turned in 6 o'clock Netflix. I've been writing everything down. I was like, man, this show really sucks tonight. And I really felt like, what's going on? Like, this is like their biggest show of one of their biggest shows of the year because they have 12 shows. They have like 4 that they say are their marquee shows. And I'm sitting here going like, wow, like, what's going on? Like, this is like supposed to be one of their marquee shows, and this is so boring. And I'm sitting here like falling asleep, and I'm struggling. I'm like, something's got to give. Like, why is this so boring? But right at the end of the show is the hook, line, sinker. And you know what they say in showbiz? It's not about how you get there. It's about how you finish. And boy, did they ever go off the air with a bang. Because basically what happened at the end of the show, there's a guy,
Boom.
Keith Smith, no, his name is Seth Rollins, and basically he's had a history of knee injuries, like actual knee injuries, where like he's torn his ACL, I think 3 or 4 times in his left knee. And about 2 months ago, they did an angle where, he did a move off of a top rope where it looked like he sprained his left ankle, and it looked pretty legit. Where I thought it was pretty bad. Even the ref, whenever you're hurt, they throw up an X to let you know the athlete is hurt. And they did that, and he came up the rope, and he was limping, and they had to like stop the match right away, and they had to get him right into a cart because he couldn't walk off. And I thought, wow, he's had a bad history of knee injuries, and he's talked about it like on his personal life, being like, I have a bad knee, and any day, and I don't know when my last match will be because my knee is just so messed up, and to the point where people are like, wow, this is pretty bad. And Adam Walsh chatting in Seth Rollins screwing CM Punk, and that's basically what happened. Then there was some reports that came out that the knee injury was fake, that it was just for show, but some people were 50-50 because they went to the doctors and they got an MRI, and but again, anything can be faked in showbiz, right? You never know, right? So what happened was CM Punk, who he's had a feud with for like 2 years now,
It's been way longer than 2 years, dude. They've always hated each other.
True, but it's like it started like it's really kicked in 2 years ago when CM Punk returned at Survivor Series. But Smith Key's been going on for forever, and so CM Punk comes back, his first championship match in like 12 years because he left and came back. He finally wins the WWE Championship and out comes Seth Rollins on his crutches. He's got his crutches there, and he's limping with his walking boot. And I'm like, oh, okay. I at first I'm like, oh, Seth Rollins is here. But why is he here? Isn't he got on his injury? He's coming out. He's got the walking boot on. He's got his crutches. And I'm like, okay, maybe they're just setting it up. And you hear him say, like, you better keep an eye on you. I'm going to come get you when I'm ready. And then he turns to walk away. He's limping back to the backstage. And just as he's about to get through the curtain, he drops his crutches. And the crowd went freaking crazy. They were like, what?
Wow.
And then he goes off his feet. He takes his walking boot off. He throws it into the crowd. And he runs down to the ring with this briefcase. He attacks him with it, which you get a guaranteed match whenever you want. He hit him with it like 7 times, kicked him, and became the new WWE champion, stealing the title from CM Punk to end one of SummerSlam.
That's crazy.
It was
Adam
insane.
saying in the comments he loved every second of it. Now I want to know, Adam, did you love every millisecond of it? That's the main question. But yeah, because Lane, you were kind of saying before at that moment you weren't really impressed with it, eh?
No, I was boring. Like, I don't know, and I got to be honest, I don't know if that was done intentionally because again, like I've said this so many times. I've told Dan this. I've told Chazzy this. I feel like they do so many things on purpose. Like I don't know if they were just kind of being like this was like a lackluster night to get you to think that nothing will happen. But if that was their goal, then boy did they ever achieve. Because
well, you never know. Right?
I'm not gonna lie. I was like sitting here, like I'm like writing notes. I'm like, man, this is like awfully boring. Like I usually watch it and then pretty like you can sit through a show and enjoy it. Like you can follow along and enjoy it. But I'm like, man, tonight just feels like it felt like they were rushing. It felt like things weren't being given the right time. It felt like endings to matches didn't make sense. It felt like, well, that didn't make sense. Oh, that didn't really click. That was horrible. That was horrible. I'm sitting here going, like, what is going on tonight? Like, this felt so unprepared. And I'm like, this is like almost like a Super Bowl level type show. I'm like, 2 weeks ago they knocked it out of the park with the women when they gave them 4 hours. It was amazing. This show sucks.
Wow.
I'm thinking something's got to give, and then there you go.
Well, 100%. Like when you think about it, we always talk about the key moments on the island and how great everything is, blah, blah, blah. Well, sports are like human. They're not computer robots that determine an outcome. They're all human. And the odd time you do get a really dud of a game, like in all sports, not just wrestling. Like I remember we went to a Jays game, Jacob, probably three or 4 years back. And we sat there and watched the whole game, and Jays didn't get a single hit. Never mind a home run, not even a hit. We called it out last year on the island in the end of the back in January at the end of the NFL season, feels like a year away, that there was a game that was played and the final score was 6-3 of a football game.
Yeah, it was
bad. And we see a game in hockey when Tampa Bay just stayed practically offside the whole game so that they won the game, right? So the odd time you do see a real fun of the game. And, here on the island, every show they talk about, top 10 highlights, key moments, blah, blah, blah. But reality is there's some FUDs out there too.
Now, I do want to say quickly here, if anyone's looking for more wrestling content like this, Lane is launching a new program.
Yeah.
Sports Talk with Lane. It is on your screen right now. Okay, we have WWE at the end just because we're talking WWE right now. But Lane will be doing a lot of WWE in that. I know wrestling has a huge following, and you're looking for someone with passion, who's real. You're not looking any further than a man who's also very dashing, and that's Lane Dashing Dashco.
Well, also, I got to grab one thing before we resume.
As soon as I pump his tires, he runs away. But
yeah, it's like his face is going weird, like the cartoons.
So head over to Facebook. But keep your eye open on Facebook and
I'm the champion, everyone. I'm the YouTube champion. I'm the one running this show now. Buckle up.
Okay, bye.
Are you gonna wear that every show?
Why not?
Sure. Yeah.
But make sure, right? Give Lane a follow over on Facebook. It's Sports Talk with Lane. A YouTube channel will be launching. Instagram, TikTok, a Streakers channel in the app is launching. all for Lane's show. So make sure you give that a big old like-o and follow it, because you think Lane's passionate about the Leafs. He's made me interested in wrestling, and I barely understand it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
give him a chance to really show you what he's made of. He doesn't cool off on milk like Chazzy. Apparently, he takes shots during the 30-second intro. I'm kidding.
That was awesome, bro.
But so,
Yeah.
Lane, when you mentioned, though, I'm curious. I do want to pick up on something you mentioned there with the women's WWE event that came up recently.
Yeah.
Why did that one hit so much better for a lot of it than this event? Were the storylines better? Because you taught me today that storylines in WWE is huge, right?
Well,
Like there's a reason why they're pushing each other in and out of a ring. Like there's a story behind it.
Yeah.
So were the storylines better in the women's matches, or were the women just putting on a better overall show?
Well, that's what I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think that was almost unintentional now. Now looking back at it, right? Like watching it, I was like, there's something like I had a feeling like, because I was sitting here and it's like, even though Netflix, in wrestling, for those who don't know, and I know Keith Smith probably knows this, they don't give you a set time on these shows. They say, oh, it's going to end at 10 o'clock, but sometimes it ends at 9:45. Sometimes it ends at 9:42. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, it's 9:15 and they say they got another 45 minutes. What is going on? Everything's been so rushed. They had an extra 45 minutes. What's going on? And it just felt like everything was kind of like, it was good, but it wasn't great. And then it was good, but it wasn't great. And it was good, it wasn't great. And I'm like, something's got to give here. Like, there's got to be something that's going to make you go, wow, this was a good show. And when CM Punk won that, this isn't the same belt he won. This is the other belt. This is the one that John Cena.
Well, we couldn't have won that belt, Lane. You have it. You won
That's
it.
Right.
But you're the Streakers Island podcast wrestling champion.
That's right. But when he won and then Seth Rollins came out, I was just like, okay, I think his injury's real, but I don't know. And some people, like I said, some people did call it online. There was, like I said, there was a bit of a debate online of whether it was real or not. Night two.
Lane, I do have a question for you.
What's up?
And I could ask the comment section too. Storyline is very important, but do you think concept still counts? Because personally, I like the concept of HE double hockey sticks in a cell much better than SummerSlam. It's just a lot more intense and nail biting.
I think they're trying to go away from that, but because here's the thing about those kind of matches, right? Like, and the matches like hell. I don't know if we could say that word, but
yes, we can.
Okay, Hell in a Cell, or like a steel cage, or a ladder match. Problem with those matches is you see them so much, and there's only so much you can do with a prop. Like at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do with a belt. There's only so much you can do with a ladder. And I feel like when they keep pushing these matches, they start to kind of wear out because you're seeing a lot of the same sort of, and like, you can't get, like I said, you run out of ideas, right? Mm-hmm. But when you have just a good wrestling match, there's a lot more you can do because you have two people that are very talented that know what they're doing in the ring, and you can actually work a match. And the last match tonight between Gunther and CM Punk was a really good match. And, it was a match of, CM Punk was getting beaten down the whole match. And it was a guy Gunther, who is for those who don't know, I don't know if Keith Smith, who Gunther is, but he's like sort of he's like a bravado wrestling. He's all about professionalism. He takes the sport seriously. He's like very like technical. So it was a very more technical, slow match where he just holds you down and kind of doesn't let you really get offense in. And then towards the end, CM Punk, who's been like this kind of bulldog sort of mentality, you saw him start to take over, start to show his heart and his grit and be like, no, I'm going to come back. I'm going to fight no matter how much you try to keep me down. So they had a really good dynamic, even though the match was considered slow. But it's those little things like the ending, which just coming out, the presentation, the switch, the title switch like that, you weren't expecting it. You kind of thought it might happen. I said in my predictions, I thought I'd see Seth Rollins tonight, but I didn't know if he was going to switch to get the belt tonight. But boy, I can be honest, I screamed so loud when his music hit. My mom was like, Lane, the neighbors are going to get, I literally was like, oh, wait, I can't say it. I'm like, oh my God.
So I'm curious, though, Lane. I want to jump into the comment section a little bit here. Night 2 must have some crazy twists, according to Adam. Will not say his last name. Doesn't like it when we say his last name. I think he has a beautiful last name, but Dan, you just pointed out the word then, so good job. But are you expecting more twists than in night 2 than what there was in night 1? And then to Brandon's comment here, night 1 was saved at the end of the what moment.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. Everyone was saying, I've been reading on Twitter, and everyone's like, if that didn't happen, this was the worst show ever. Like,
wow.
It was so boring. Oh, my God. I couldn't imagine if I said Dan watched this today, Dan would have been like, why do you hate me?
Like, no. Dan says that every time we make him listen to Chug Chug, that Fortnite song. They think.
Oh my God, because it's stuck in my head. I try to sweep and I can't.
But Keith Smith, you know Seth Rollins. Do you remember the original Heist of the Century? Do you remember that?
I don't actually.
So the thing was basically this is the first time Seth Rollins did a cash in, so I don't know if I'm just telling with Dan and Jacob. Basically, there's this briefcase every year. It's literally like an actual briefcase that carry around, and when you win, it's called the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, I've seen
Money
that.
in the Bank. Yeah,
I've
you know
seen that.
So what it is it's basically when whoever wins it gets to cash, like you can literally cash it in at any moment. You can go to their house in the middle of the night and be like, I want a match. But I don't think
that sounds cool.
I don't think you would actually do that. But that's the idea is you can, whenever the show is on, you can cash it in for an opportunity. And the first time Seth Rollins did it was back in WrestleMania in the middle of a match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And it was deemed one of the best cash-ins of all time. They called it the Heist of the Century. It was actually really well done. It was performed well. Nobody wanted either guy to win. It was kind of a match where all the fans were really kind of in backlash towards the match. They were booing it a lot.
Wow.
Nobody wanted either guy to win. And when Seth Rollins came in to cash in and save the match, everyone was like, oh, thank God. Right?
Yeah.
So it was like the Heist of the Century. And now everyone was wondering, well, how do you top that? Because if you already have the best thing, how do you get the best thing again? And I gotta be honest, yeah, like Brendan said, you have a year. So you have a year, like you have to do within the year cycle. So if it's in June, you have till next June. So that he won it in June of this like last. He won like in June, like.
But why wouldn't you cash it right away? Like Jacob.
Some people do. Well, some people do. Some people cash in the same night.
Turn that into put it in a nice mutual fund, and I don't know, make some. Please do not take financial advice from anyone on the Streakers On podcast. We do not are liable for anyone's financial decisions.
We actually did see last year when we went to the show. We actually did see someone cash.
We went to the show, Lane. I don't remember you taking me out on a date.
I went to the show. Someone actually did cash their briefcase in the same night, and they ended up losing. So you don't always, and that's the thing. Just because you get that briefcase doesn't mean you're always guaranteed to win.
Oh,
yeah, like
wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Jacob's got some confusion in it.
What's
so
that?
if I win the thing where I climb up the ladder and get the briefcase and I get to hit everyone with the briefcase because I'm cool, I don't guarantee the money.
No.
Well, how do I lose the money? Am I like an idiot?
Well, because you're cashing in you cashed in your chance to get the title, but they don't always win.
Oh, so you have to get the title to win the briefcase.
No, you get the briefcase to win the title.
But if I get the briefcase and then I lose,
you get nothing.
Right, yeah.
Do I get to at least keep the briefcase?
No.
No.
You have to give it back.
What if I want to make my own version of Deal or No Deal called Briefs or No Briefs? Briefcases that might have.
You know what's funny?
Briefs in them.
You know what's funny? They call it the whole point of this briefcase is that in a year, if you don't cash it in, you get money, and no one's ever not cashed it in. I'm surprised they've never done that. Someone's just like, I'll take the money.
Because who cares about money? You want the title. You want the champion, you know? Anyone can make money. You want that belt blow. I don't even know wrestling, and I get that. I totally get that. It's like competition. When I was back in car sales, right? I didn't care about how much money I made off the car. I just wanted to push more cars out the door than the next person did. That's all it was. It's just a game, right? I totally get it, Like, it's like,
That will
yeah,
probably-
well,
The belt-
it will
so
make
do
you money
so you-
too.
so you pawn the belt.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I know
You know what the best part about this belt is? When I went to the show last year, right? When I went to the same the Money in the Bank. This
didn't
is
take
literally
me on a date, but okay.
This is a kid's belt. So it's literally like not even that big. But what I did, big brain Dashko over here, I went to Michael's and I bought a Velcro extender. If you can see, I bought a Velcro. I was like, wait a minute. If there's Velcro on this end and this end, I can just go to Michael's and buy a Velcro extender. So I made it to a belt that you can actually like wear.
if only life was that simple, we could do that with pants.
And then people were like,
Yeah, I'm
Or
curious
Bruce
in
or
the
no
comment section. Jacob seems pretty heartbroken that he didn't get asked out on a date by Lane.
I am
And,
honestly.
and a few weeks ago, Dan was kind of threatened with going to Saskatchewan for his birthday. So, who do you think is more heartbroken? I'm curious in the comment section.
Oh, come! I think
Wow.
a romantic porn walk with Lane and Dan on Dan's birthday would be perfect. But Lane, there's a question for you in the comments. Oh, Dan and Lane are getting married, apparently. Good Lord, that escalated quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Lane, which match are you most looking forward to tomorrow? I did not read that in the right order, but I got the same gist, so good enough. Lane, what match are you excited for?
it has to be Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
Wait, how do you see John? I didn't realize John Cena still I thought he was just in commercials now. That's cool. He still wrestles.
Oh, that guy never stops, bro.
I love John Cena. Like, I don't even.
He'll be popping out of
honestly,
the grave. John Cena.
He basically is the version of Camel Pants. So I love him. But Lane, why are you the most excited for that one?
The people who love John Cena also love Steph Curry. I'm just gonna say.
I do not like Steph Curry.
I don't believe you.
I have been on 20-minute rant, so I think he's ruined the NBA.
Oh, literally, he said that on the island before.
But Lane, why are you most excited for John Cena?
Well, at the end of the day, it is one of his last matches. Like, he is retiring at the end of this year, so this is kind of like sort of.
How many times has he said that?
He actually hasn't. He's being. He actually said he's come out. He came out and
Get
said
absolutely wrecked, Dan.
Now maybe I have thought it's fake, but we'll see. I still think I don't know. He's apparently he's been really honest, saying like he can't wrestle much anymore. And you have started to see it over the last few years of him not being able to like really go the way he expects to go. I have seen the decline in his ability. The TLC match that will be. I think it's Tight Night 2 is going to be really good.
Wow. TLC, is that the group that did the song about waterfalls?
Yes.
Well, yeah,
chasing.
I don't think they're going to be fighting in SummerSlam. Yeah. So then, Lane, if you had to give day one of SummerSlam a letter grade, what would the letter grade be? Are you like me? Are you a generous grader?
Yeah.
Because I gave PJ Walker C- for his first start, and I got ripped a new one by a lot.
That was extremely generous. Holy cow! I would give him a great big F. He was terrible.
I don't know, man. Like that main event was so good, but the rest is so bad.
So how does that balance out? And Adam can't wait for a tag match.
That's gonna be crazy.
So the tag match.
Tag it.
Stupid question. That's the one where the other person stands on the side and you tagged them in and out, right?
Yeah.
I played that in WWE 2K23, where I made my person a giant green monster. It was very entertaining.
Is that the Hulk?
No, I made him called the Bulk.
The Bulk. Oh, I like it.
Yes, because he was bigger than the Hulk. But Dan, Lane, Dan, you have no idea what letter you give it. Lane, what give me a grade. Not me a grade personally, but like the WWE day one.
A+ to Jacob. He's the best.
I'm gonna give it a B+ because I as much as I think the main event was great, and I can't forgive some of the other things that happened. Like I didn't really want to talk about it, but we have to talk about it. The match between Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, that had so much potential, and I know I'm gonna hear about it in the comments. That was just straight garbage. That was awful. Like they could have done so much more with that, and the story about him, trying to get him to be a bad guy and try to become a cheater, and I don't know. It was so bad. It was so boring. Even the match between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill was boring. Like There's too many boring matches that I can't give it an A+, but that main event saved it from being a D.
Interesting.
That was actually my next question, and you already answered. It's gonna be like, without that main event,
Oh,
what would
D.
it be?
D.
So why? Oh, hold on. It looks like 2 out of 10.5
Whoa.
from Adam. Definitely could have
Okay.
been a better night. So we've learned, Adam, if you need someone to grade your math test because you're trying to graduate, you get Lane to do the grading and not Adam.
I don't think it was that low.
Wow.
I mean, Adam's a Grumpy Leaf fan like me, so like it's tough to please.
Lane's just like a drug addict Leaf fan. He's like on drugs when he goes.
He is not on drugs, Dan.
Well, he acts like he just wants to burn everything. But anyway,
that's you when you realize you can't get a pop at the McDonald's. But let's.
oh, I get mad, bro.
But let's
like what's McDonald's without pop? Like,
but
really?
let's move on. There was a and obviously, comment section. If there's anything else you want to talk about,
well,
bring it.
I just want to say one quick thing about Mr. Lane here before we move on. You gotta give this guy so much credit for what he does. I mean, he's been preparing his WWE SmackDown. He's even like letting us know what's going on because I was at the Jays game, right? So I wasn't watching it live. And the amount of notes and effort and research he puts into it is crazy. You're not going to find anyone else who puts in this much effort. So definitely give it definitely give Lane Sports Talk a follow here. It's crazy the amount of work it gets put into it. And the other thing I just want to say is we're talking about the injury, right? When you were first telling me about the leg injury, I was thinking in my head, I didn't have a chance to speak. I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, what an awful thing to do. Like, that sounds terrible. I don't know you remember, Jacob. I was thinking of, like, Mike Ribeiro of the Montreal Canadiens would pretend to have a Caesar. That's what I was thinking. I mean, that's just terrible. But then when Lane pointed out at the end how he dropped the clutches in front of everyone going crazy, I'm like, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah,
well, Dan, wrestling, though, and you can, Lane, please correct me if I'm incorrect.
Yeah.
But I believe wrestling, unlike other sports, is more about the whole story and the build-up, and there has to be some.
That's what I'm learning,
for the event to work. And what's crazier than an event? It would have been like if his leg wasn't broken, it was a prosthetic leg. He just took it off and threw it across the stadium. But like, I think like he was trying to with WWE. I think it is about the whole. It's about the whole. There's a whole story behind it, and it's funny. There's this one. Not going to name names of the school or anything or anyone, but I was talking to a friend of mine, and they were telling me about how when they were in school, their college professor told them that there is no storytelling in sports, which is a pile of crap.
Really?
Yes, really. What? And it's a pile of crap. And clearly, especially with what Lane's talking about in wrestling, there is a huge story, but there's stories.
Look how many movies are made out of sports.
Like, but there's stories in all
David Ayers is in a story.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean, right?
Not talk about David Ayers. I do not want to
remember.
But I do want to talk about the CFL double header we had on Saturday. Lots of rain, some lightning. McLeod Buffalo Thompson forgot he was a quarterback.
Poor guy. I love him, but wow.
The only thing is, though, I don't know if you guys agree with me. I think Caleb Evans was worse.
Yeah.
He came out there and he is literally just running around in circles. All of a sudden, Cody Fajardo getting sacked 8 times a week before, he looked like a godsend. Like MBT, I don't know, he's like jumping in the air trying to like pirouette over people, and the guy's not mobile at all. You finally put Alexander Hollins in the lineup, and you only target him twice. Montreal, the whole team, offense, defense, and special teams, played terrible. Yes, Saskatchewan played really well, but Montreal was just double dog poop. They were just when my power rankings come out, Montreal's dropping. I'm telling you that.
Wow. And honestly, I love our doubleheader. I will hold it close to my heart. I hug my pillow at night. But honestly, no. But no, I love that there was a doubleheader. But my dad grew up in Saskatchewan, so I like watching Saskatchewan a bit. But I find that especially when Saskatchewan is in a doubleheader, they get stuck with being the really boring game. They're either blowing the team out or they're absolutely just doing the complete opposite. So in that sense, I mean, Saskatchewan has kind of failed to excite me because Harris is good, but they're not a very exciting team. Other than that, they have been cursed with the very matchups that just turn out to be boring. But the Edmonton game was fire. I still don't like Fajardo. I swear,
Really?
Wow.
Honestly, it would take a lot more than one good game for me to like Fajardo.
Yeah, but even when you listen to the post-game interview, not post-game, but the interview at halftime, when you talk to Stephen Dunbar Jr., it sounds like that whole team wants Cody Fajardo as quarterback. They're saying Cody Fajardo is the first one in. He's the last one out. He leads team meetings. And from what I'm hearing straight up, Trey Ford was not doing any of that.
Okay,
I think the issue with Trey Ford, I think he's a very talented athlete. I don't think he's a leader. And I think to be a starting quarterback, you have to be a leader.
It's not the lack of leadership that I don't like about Fajardo. It's his overthinking. It's like he's a woman. How much he overthinks.
The only thing I know about is that not only do I have a champion, but the Ticats are coming for the gold too, baby. Oski wee Oski Wawa, holy
Taco getting cocky, holy.
Tiger Cats, love 99.
Yeah, literally.
I don't think you're ready for that, Lane.
We are the champions, my friend.
6 wins. They're going on.
That is such an early celebration.
They're 6-2 though, and I mean, you can argue.
Right, you're halfway through the year yet.
Mic drop.
You can argue. Please don't drop your mic. That's really bad for them. But
I'll do it.
You can argue Hamilton is the second best team in the CFL right now.
Yeah,
and you might say Lane might be thinking, but Jacob, you had Montreal, you had Hamilton and Saskatchewan tied going into this week.
That was
Saskatchewan made Montreal look like a high school club.
True.
And Hamilton, I'll be honest, if Julian Grant actually remembers how to catch in the end zone, I think there's a very good chance Hamilton loses this game today.
It's true.
It's interesting though. I don't know if any of you legends heard Bo Levi Mitchell's post-game interview. Cody Fajardo is the most underrated quarterback in football.
You got to give him. I give Bo Levi. Whether you like Bo Levi Mitchell or not, he's really good. Like he's humble.
I like him.
He's a very humble guy.
He is.
I don't know if I'd call him humble, but I like him.
I actually call him humble because he's confident. He has swagger, but he's not cocky. Like he talks about
he's cocky.
Putting himself
phenomenal
up.
player. Best
he also puts
CFL,
up
arguably.
But he puts himself up, but he puts other people up too. If you're like a complete jerk, since I can't say the word on the island, like you would put yourself up by putting others down. And Bo Levi Mitchell doesn't do that. He brings himself up and brings other people up with him.
No, but okay. For example, I'm talking about when you're going on that he's not cocky, he's not this. With 2 minutes left, he runs up to the camera and said, "You knew this game was over." And
I was the same thing.
Dan, you are a lot of things. You are not humble.
No,
sit down.
You're looking at mind you, Bo Levi Mitchell this season can put his money where his mouth is. Again today, 30 for 42, 350 yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions. Kenny Lawler didn't exist, and he didn't have to.
Yeah, we all thought Kenny Lawler.
These are back-to-back weeks where teams have completely shut down Kenny Lawler, and it hasn't mattered.
Well,
so
we all thought
need a new strategy to beat Hamilton, and I think the strategy for Edmonton, unfortunately, would be. I mean, it was the best running game you've had in a while, and it still wasn't phenomenal. That offensive line's just got to improve. I really think that's your big issue, is that your offensive line is dog poop. You look at the bottom teams like Edmonton, Toronto, and Ottawa. None of them have an offensive line. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
So all these teams need better offensive line play, and until they get it, it's going to be a struggle. Now, Edmonton, I think this was these last 2 weeks, in my opinion, and T, feel free to jump in if you disagree with me, because you are the Elks fan from the neighborhood. I think these have been Edmonton's 2 best games of the year, by far.
This one, and it was when we almost beat Winnipeg. That
True, you guys
I
did
will
play
always
very
hold
well
close
that
to me.
game,
That was
too.
a good game. Yeah.
And to the comments, Adam is saying that Bo Levi is back to his old self, and it's very, very
coming for the gold, baby.
He's back in his Calgary days for sure.
Actually, I'm going to one up that, and I think Bo Levi Mitchell is playing the best football of his life right now.
Wow.
He's mobile all of a sudden.
I can see it.
When did you ever see Bo Levi Mitchell breaking tackles in the pocket?
Never.
You didn't see that back in Calgary. He's adapted his game. It took Scott Milanovich 2.5 years to get him to listen. But now that he's listened, Bo Levi Mitchell is literally like he's dropping over 300 yards every game.
Oh, it's
now
crazy.
is he the best quarterback in the league? That's a toss-up, in my opinion, between him and Trevor Harris. Trevor Harris has thrown over 70% completion for 10 straight games.
Not VA?
No, I love VA, but he throws too many interceptions.
He does.
Too many interceptions.
Yeah.
Funny enough, him and Nick Arbuckle have the exact same problem.
Yeah,
they can make some great plays, but then the turnovers kill them.
Right.
Because
I know
Nick Arbuckle is second in the CFL, I believe, after this week in passing yards. But he also has thrown the most interceptions out of any starter. Doesn't have the highest interception rating. That is Dan's favorite quarterback, Mr. Zach Collaros, which Dan, I still think Zach Collaros is. I would put Zach Collaros, like, if I had an option in Winnipeg that could throw a football, he would not be starting.
Don't put words in my mouth. Zach Collaros is not.
You argued with me he's a tier 1 quarterback.
100%. But my favorite quarterback in the league is Chad Kelly.
Well, he's not in the league right now.
But when he's in the league, he's my favorite.
He's injured.
Why?
He's hurt.
Because I love him. He's cool. And he has a swagger. And he bombs the ball like nothing. And he runs the ball like crazy. And he's such a great guy. That's so much like.
Dan, there's no
you just described Ford, but he's done for the season. So
you think he's done, Keith Smith?
What?
You think
I think Trey Ford could be done.
No, literally, Dan, everything you explained about this Kelly is exactly who Ford is. He runs the ball like crazy. He does,
yeah.
He makes those bombs. And he has the swagger too, but he's not there.
Ford is the most exciting quarterback. I will be honest, Ford is the most exciting quarterback I've seen live play. Like in person, he is the most exciting quarterback by far. It's just he can't figure out how to drive an offense. Actually, why I don't know.
I disagree with you. I think the biggest problem in Edmonton with Trey Ford is the offensive coordinator doesn't know what to do with Trey Ford's abilities.
Yeah, I can see
that. Is
Cody
part
Fajardo
of it.
is more of your normal quarterback.
Correct.
In the CFL.
Yeah.
He's mobile enough. He's got good arm strength. He hits the checkdowns very effectively, and he goes deep enough to stretch the field. Trey Ford, I think you need to learn how to call a game for him. Because when I watch Trey Ford's games and he's in the pocket all night, I'm like, what are they doing? This guy needs to be rolling out and spinning around and doing what he does. That's when he's at his best. But when you say Trey Ford's season is done, I think Trey Ford's season is done until Edmonton is potentially out of a playoff spot. I'm not writing them off just yet. I mean, it's going to be next to impossible, but anything's possible when Timothy goes to school. And I heard Timothy's parents don't let him skip.
Yeah, we need BC to keep choking and choking. So come on,
which could happen if you won't get the help,
please.
Because Edmonton's playing Montreal next week, and I'm just going to say this here: the way Montreal played this week versus the way Edmonton played this week.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking, and that's why I put it in. You haven't seen it yet, but I'm putting that in the Capo pool next week because of that reason.
Interesting. Yeah, and for everyone watching, definitely check out the CFL Pick'em Leagues on Facebook. It's a really fun game to play, and it's really amazing. And like with Lane does, the amount of work that he puts in and keeping that league going is incredible. Like, you really do an awesome job with that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I mean, it's
Lane,
great.
where are you? You're lost in this world. You were acknowledged twice, and you didn't even notice.
My girlfriend was saying goodnight to me.
Aww. Oh, how cute.
Okay.
You
gotta pass.
good night to his lady.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But no, Lane, I need Hamilton to beat BC, like in the worst way next week.
So does Toronto, funny enough, because BC right now is in that crossover spot, right?
Well, yeah.
Because Edmonton's best chance is the crossover into the East.
Yeah.
Because you have Toronto and Ottawa, which for Edmonton, one of those teams will win next week. So sorry. But also I hope it's Toronto because, I want my Argos to make the playoffs. If they don't, it'll be the first time under Ryan Dinwiddie where they haven't.
Yeah.
Remember that Ryan Dinwiddie's never not made it to at least the Eastern Final as a head coach in the Canadian Football League.
Ottawa has the worst quarterback in the league, so
really, you think Drew Brown's the worst quarterback in the league?
Crumb is a crying joke.
Oh,
well, Crumb's not their starter right now because Drew Brown's back, right?
Okay.
Oh.
But I actually like Dustin Crum because he certainly gives it his all. I do agree he can't throw the ball much more than 15 yards.
Exactly.
Which is tough for a quarterback. But
I'm with Jacob. I don't think Trey Ford's season is done yet. I think Cody Fajardo will get the start the next game, but I don't see Edmonton making a playoff push forever. And
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Well, I'm not trying. I'm just thinking when it comes down. It's not like I'm right away, but when they're officially eliminated, I think Trey Ford will get some more time. But you really have to sit and ask yourself, because I agree with you. I don't know. I can't remember who said it, so I apologize. But whoever said it was, you got to make a decision. You either have to get rid of Trey Ford or you have to get rid of offensive coordinator. And someone like Trey Ford is a special talent you don't see every day. So you can't necessarily get rid of him.
But Dan, when you're saying Edmonton, it's just a matter of time. You got to look. They're only 4 points behind BC, who's holding the last playoff spot out of the East.
Oh, I get it, but you also have the.
It's not on now. I mean, you've lost the season series to BC, which is making that tougher.
Yeah,
but I think
I may as well say 3 points, 3 games at that point
could still go on a run.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not saying they will, but I'm not saying they won't yet.
Oh, for sure. But what I was just saying is you have at the end of the year here, got to make a final decision. Do you move on from Trey Ford or move on from the offensive coordinator? Because obviously when you're moving on from Trey Ford, if you're moving on from Trey Ford, you have to decide, are you sticking with Cody Fajardo, who's only 33? Right.
Or are you looking elsewhere? And I don't know much about Edmonton's quarterback room, but maybe there's another guy that they're really high on.
No one like Trey Ford, though.
Snyder is good. Don't count Snyder out either.
Yeah, he had a short yardage touchdown.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah, but he also looked really good on some not so short plays in the preseason. And preseason, I love the preseason for that. I love the preseason. I love the testing the talent and stuff.
It's cool. It's good to see.
There's just nothing like it. There's nothing better.
Well, for sure, because that way, if you do get an injury or if something crazy happens and someone doesn't quite perform the way they should, you already know who this new player is coming in to replace them, right? So Jacob and I went to the Argos double blue game, and it wasn't even against anyone, just against each other. But it was fun to watch because they're playing really hard to get those roster backup spots, right? Mm-hmm. And just to add to Key's point about Cody Fajardo, is I agree with you. I was not a fan of Cody Fajardo when he was in Saskatchewan. And I don't have...
That's why I don't like him, is because I still feel like he's that Sask fajitas.
Yeah, I don't really have a full reason, but I agree. It's like he would just dance around the pocket. Dude, where do I go? What do I do? And he never really did it for me in Saskatchewan. And then he went to Montreal. I'm like, well, why is Montreal taking a chance on him? And Jacob's like, you're what to do good in Montreal. And Jacob and I were lucky enough to make the Grey Cup game in Hamilton in person. And we saw Cody Fajardo won the Grey Cup for Montreal. And it's like, okay, this is a completely different quarterback. So you look at it in Edmonton now, which Cody Fajardo are you getting? Are you getting the one in Saskatchewan and no one liked? You can't make up your mind about what color socks to put on in the morning? Or are you getting the Cody Fajardo that won the Grey Cup?
If you're worried about socks,
it's the socks.
Don't worry about matching socks.
I never worry about matching socks at all. What am I wearing today?
It all comes down to chemistry, and You know, on one hand, I'll say Dan is my conspiracy theorist buddy here. Is that sometimes
I'm because of conspiracies too.
sometimes the most exciting quarterbacks are most exciting is just cursed. Dan Campbell is by far the most exciting coach ever in any history of any team.
Yeah.
For sure.
Any sports ever, but he's cursed because he's
Well, you
Dan
think
Campbell.
it's not
But-
no balls dice and Bob Dice in Ottawa? He'll be like third in inches and he'll punt the ball. Come on.
He's not exciting at all, bro. Oh
But
my
no,
gosh.
I just think going back to Ford, I think he's the most exciting, and he's cursed because he's the most exciting.
But
Yeah,
There's no other reason to it.
But
I
wanna
think
ask
Ford
you-
could get traded to another team and do very well.
I want to ask you this though: would you go back to Zach Collaros if he's healthy? Just give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Zach Collaros is worse than Trey Ford this season, and it's not even close. Zach
I don't
Collaros,
know
7
that.
touchdowns, 8 interceptions. 8 more interceptions than touchdowns. He can't move. His efficiency rating is 89.1. McLeod Bethel Thompson forgot how to play football, and he's still at an 80.5. So they're both in the 80s. Trey Ford. Okay. No. Be quiet, Dan. Be humble. You told me you're very humble earlier, so you got to be humble and let.
No, I said Bethel Thompson's humble. I'm definitely not humble.
Okay, Trey Ford, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, efficiency rating 95.9. Trey Ford right now is a better quarterback than Zach Collaros.
No.
Yes, numbers don't lie. People do.
Yeah, he flew for 49 yards in the whole game. Numbers don't lie.
Zach Collaros is the game against Toronto.
Yeah,
Toronto,
thank you. You have to go back to Zach Collaros.
Zach Collaros, his last game for
agree
Toronto,
with
threw 50
Adam.
yards and 2 interceptions.
Zach Collaros is the Joe Burrow of the CFL. Everyone says he's going to come back. He's not going to come back. Everyone's saying Joe Burrow's going to come back this season. He's not going to be back.
Joe Burrow's the man. What are you talking about?
He's not.
I need Chazzy.
Days are numbered.
Championship belt. He doesn't even care.
I need Chazzy to help me out here because I think Zach, at this point, clear, Zach Collaros is like Aaron Rodgers of the CFL. And Aaron Rodgers is going to dominate this year.
They're both trash.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Dan, Zach Collaros last year wasn't very good.
And then look, he made it to the Grey Cup.
Terrible this year. Dan,
he made it to the Grey Cup.
Dan, yeah, he made the Grey Cup to then throw more interceptions and touchdowns again. It was almost a 2-to-1 ratio.
Okay, I get that, but he may have been. And at the beginning of last year, everyone's like,
we were better
would he retire?
With can't play a 4-quarter buckle than Winnipeg was of Zach Collaros.
Okay, but what I'm saying is last year, at the beginning of the year, everyone's like, oh, Zach Collaros is going to retire, blah, blah, blah. Then he makes it to the Grey Cup.
Joe, according to Mr. Adam, we'll say his last name. Briefs or no briefs? Hashtag. Look it up. It's going to be a thing one day.
Gosh.
Joe Burrow would have won an MVP if his D was any good last year. I mean, Joe.
Yeah,
Burrow
I can see that totally. Yeah, 100%.
But what I'm trying to say,
a great year last
is,
year.
Dan, you are acting like Trey Ford is cooked.
No, I think the season's not done. I don't think his career's done. I'm just saying, if you're Edmonton, you either have to pick an offensive coordinator or Trey Ford. I would fire the offensive coordinator. But I'm just saying, I think Trey Ford could go to another team like a Ryan Dinwiddie. Look at Ryan Dinwiddie did with Chad Kelly. I think one reason why Chad Kelly is so good and it's won 2 Grey Cups is because of Ryan Dinwiddie and his offensive calling. If he gets someone like that to call his offense that understands how to work with a quarterback back in West like crazy, I think Trey Ford could go to a different team and do extremely well. I really do. It's like the Maple Leafs. Look how many prospects we give up and they're garbage, and then they go to some crazy team and become like all-star players, right? Like,
but unpopular opinion, and you guys are all going to be probably put off with me, especially Lane. I just think Lane will be. He's going to hit me off his belt. Zach Collaros is the worst starting quarterback in the Canadian Football League right now.
Why would I be mad about that?
Why do you think Lane is going to be more mad about that than Dan? You just saw.
Because I just like it when Lane gets angry. It's kind of entertaining. So I was just hoping.
Oh,
what?
You want to see me? You want to see me get angry?
oh, the glasses are out. The shades are out.
Let me tell you something, Jacob. No one and I mean no one has taken this belt from me. Not your grandmother, not your son-in-law, not your dog, not your cat. I am holding on to this for the rest of my life because I am Dashing Lane Dashko, and there's not a man, a dog, a person on this world that is better looking, better talented. I am the man, and to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and you will never beat me one-on-one. I bet that.
Dude,
Don't touch his clogs.
Make that your intro. Make that your official intro for your show.
Oh yeah,
I
that
agree,
was
actually,
great,
that would be
100%. Don't touch Lane's clogs, whatever
But
you
no,
do.
like
On
legitimately,
company time,
though,
look it up.
we are going to move on to the Blue Jays soon for the viewers. But I look at the numbers for Zach Collaros, and how many games has Winnipeg won this year? What, 4? I think. Strevler's won 2 of them.
Yeah.
And Strevler, if anyone tells me Strevler is a good throwing quarterback, well, they're nuts because he's not.
Yeah, no, sir.
In my opinion, Winnipeg does not have a starting quarterback right now in their system. I think Zach Collaros is too old. He just doesn't have it anymore. Dan, do we need to start going game by game for Zach Collaros this year? Because I will.
He just gets it done, bro.
Gets what done? I don't care about what he did last year. Even last year, he was bad.
And he got to the Grey Cup.
And then got humiliated.
Yeah, I know. It's odd.
Okay, so this year, against Calgary when he was pulled, he went 8-for-11, 151, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
The game before that against Calgary, 34-for-48, 228, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Then he put up 3 touchdowns against Edmonton. 334. Okay, so that's his one. He has one good game this year because then against BC, you went 18-for-25, 179, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So
okay, maybe you're right.
No,
maybe this is his last year. I'm just not giving it up on him yet.
He has played one good game this year.
Okay, I'm just not giving up on him yet.
1 and a 5. 1 and a 5.
I hear you.
That's a terrible.
I hear you. And then his next 5, he could play 4 out of 5 really good. Okay, I'm not giving up on him yet.
Dan, okay, fine. Let's go look at his numbers last year. Since you always go on your Mr. Calculator.
Yeah.
Zach Collaros last year went 17 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. Efficiency rating of 91.8. That's not good. Cameron Dukes had a higher efficiency rating than Zach Collaros last year.
So why is Cameron Dukes not in the league?
Well, because obviously honestly, I don't know why a team like Winnipeg didn't pick up Cameron Dukes off of waivers legitimately. I don't know why
they still believe in Zach Collaros.
Tucker Horn and Jared Dagey when neither of them can do short yardage.
Do they still believe in Zach?
You're keeping Zach Collaros for what he did in years past. His last good year,
this year I am.
His last good year was in 2023.
It was only 2 years ago. And even his bad year last year, it made it to the Grey Cup. Okay, maybe next year you give up on him. But this year, I'm giving him one last chance.
I'm telling you one thing. I've seen people online saying that Edmonton's going to trade Trey Ford, which I don't think they will. But if they do, Winnipeg should be throwing multiple draft picks at it to go get it. Because they need something. Zach Collaros is towards the end of his career. Just straight up. It's crazy that him and Bo Levi Mitchell are the same age and Trevor Harris is older. But Zach Collaros
no comparison
doesn't
right now.
seem to have it anymore. He wasn't good last year. Dan, out of his 17 touchdowns, 6 of them were in one game against Edmonton. Like when you look at his numbers game by game, they're not good.
I get that.
They're not good. I would rather have Nick Arbuckle right now than Zach Collaros leading my team.
Okay, look at Sam Bennett, for example. Wouldn't you agree that Sam Bennett was
Sam Bennett is terrible in the regular season, great in the playoffs. How the hell is that comparable?
Because what I'm saying is, you look at Sam Bennett's numbers, they're not that good. But when chips are down,
Sam Bennett only won the
playing game, he gets it done. That's what Zach Collaros does.
Zach Collaros is 2-5 in championship games.
Okay, it was better than not making a championship at all.
Is it? Honestly, is it? Ask a Buffalo Bills fan who was alive during when they went to 5 straight Super Bowls and didn't win any.
Yeah.
Back to the comment section we go, though, to Mr. Adam. That's going to be his new nickname now, Mr. Adam. Winnipeg has to figure out the quarterback situation because the rest of their team won't keep doing what they did last night. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, my mic's falling. Sorry. Skyfall.
Because, honestly, Their quarterback play with Strevler this week was terrible as well.
See, we let me hold the mic.
You are not Paul Bassinet.
I know. I'm just saying. I wish I was.
No, you don't. But you look at Winnipeg, and for everyone who's delusional, it's the same thing when people are delusional in Toronto, saying, "Oh, well, if Chad Kelly was in, we'd be winning the East." No, we wouldn't. We might have maybe one more win than what we do now.
Yeah, I can see that.
We'd maybe have 3 wins instead of 2.
I just don't know how you figure it out. If Zach Collaros is kind of, I don't know what we addressed this in the pregame chat, me and Jacob, but I said, like, I don't know. I think there's something with this phone call and has put a bad. I'm gonna just flat out say that I think it's put a damper on this team. I really do, because
yeah, I can see that.
I think there's something in that locker room, like maybe the boys are questioning his level of intensity or something. I could see it because this team has not felt the same since the suspension, and all of a sudden now this team's falling apart. I don't think it's a coincidence.
Well, I agree with you. And the other thing too, I think it's not a coincidence, is I don't know why on earth you're hosting the Grey Cup. You make money hand over fist. You sell out every single night. You sell jerseys like for sliced bread or whatever. Okay, you sell a lot of them. And you don't spend the max salary cap. It makes no sense to me. And number 2, this team has fell apart since they haven't resigned Adam Bighill. Let's be honest.
No. Adam Bighill can't even play because he's injured. That's like I'm seeing everyone saying, "Oh, the Argos had Kadeem Carey. He would have got injured in week 1."
Maybe they shouldn't have got rid of Kenny Lawler.
Well, no, that's
exactly. For
Brady
guys that
Oliveira
got rid of,
needs to be 100, and Brady Oliveira needs to be better. That's your other.
He
issue.
does.
Because Oliveira, 50 yards against Toronto, 82 against Toronto the week before, 68 against Calgary, 61 against Calgary, and then 49 against BC on only 2 carries. But
okay, but I feel like, and you mentioned the locker room thing. I honestly think I've just had a feeling that there's some kind of personal tension going on there between Collaros and Oliveira.
No, you don't say.
I feel like I feel like that's part of it. I feel like if Eskimos got Oliveira, I feel like he'd be good. I feel like he'd be back to his firing on all cylinders.
I was shocked Oliveira was a Blue Bomber again this year. After that Grey Cup game when he bluntly said, "I don't know why I'm the MOP and I didn't get the ball."
I remember that, yes.
And Collaros on Winnipeg runs a lot of RPOs, so that's
he would be amazing if he was anywhere else.
Truly. He would be.
He would be
a
the best running back in the league again.
Yeah. I think it's amazing, Key, how you call them Eskimos and not Elks. So is that kind of...
I always will.
So in Edmonton, have they embraced the Elkness yet?
They have not.
Okay.
We are trying to turn back the clock. In denial, the fire truck that goes by says Eskimos again. There is no Elks name on the jersey. It's just double E.
Now. Yeah.
And the helmets, too. The only trace of Elks is like some of the footballs that they throw around and stuff, like the foam footballs. But really, it's population-wise, we're... Nobody's really saying, "Forget the Eskimos, we're all Elks, go Elks."
Wow,
it's not really anything that's going on.
Change if the Elks started winning.
Honestly, it wouldn't. Everyone still wants that.
That's really interesting.
Well, I'm surprised because you just woke culture's like, "Oh, we're gonna change everything."
Oh, I'm surprised Lane said that. Wow. Good.
Yeah, and I'm in full agreement. And
I'm gonna get fired now.
The culture is
bye, guys. I'm getting fired now.
Yeah, Jacob's going to get Quinky Jacob.
Please give him a promotion for that. Do not fire this man.
I do want to...
I've been wanting to say this on the island forever. I've been keeping him a little set, and Lane just fills it out.
Thank you.
Oh, look at Jacob trying to change the topic.
No, it's
he's trying hard. He's trying hard.
To the Blue Jays.
He's trying really hard.
Jacob loves wokeism, okay, Blue Jays.
Oh, yeah, exactly. yeah. Jacob
I just love sports, and I'm here to talk about sports. I am not cranky, Dan. You're the one who's going to be cranky when the Jays blow the...
Oh, we're going to get yelled at with the live out.
Okay, but to fire Dan, because I know Dad is the one that gets picked on this show for obvious reasons.
Oh,
take off the hat. I'm kidding. I love you, Dad. Please take off the hat.
Okay.
Take off the hat because it's jinxing us.
The Jays hat?
Yes, I don't.
They won today.
I don't wear my sports attire because
Actually,
I don't like
I love Dan's hat.
I put on an I do not wear my EE hoodie until after the games. I jinx it when I wear it. You know, that's just a key rule.
Well, they won today.
Man, I love your hat because it's got a little bit of dirt on it, so it looks kind of retro.
Well, that's why I like it. Everyone tells me.
Yes, but they're on a losing streak, and I feel like it's because
they won
today. But like, sorry, everyone. I'm Debbie Downer here again, and the bats still weren't terrific. Guerrero did absolutely nothing. Bichette had a good game, and Straw was okay. If it wasn't for your pitching tonight, you were cooked.
Guerrero had one good year. He did good
last
year.
And that earned him $500 million.
That was it.
Apparently.
Yeah, he's so overpaid. It's not even funny.
But Dan, you, I believe, would agree with the headline bar here with the Blue Jays get back on track.
I think they did because it's not just the fact they won this game. It was the ending of yesterday's game, too. Most teams who were down by 10 or whatever it was in the ninth inning would have gave up. And Badger walks up, gets a home run. Couple guys got on base. They came back and changed it from 10-1 to 10-4, something like that. The fact that they didn't give up, and that's what I like about this team. Yeah, every team, especially in a long season like baseball, 164 games, you're going to have some good games and bad games. You're going to have the streaks of good games and bad games. I get that. But the key I like about this team is no matter how bad the game is, no matter how bad the streak is, they do not give up. And the fact that they did that, and then they came in today, and you're right, Jacob, today there wasn't a highlight play offensively. Okay, you didn't get a grand slam from George Springer. He's still injured once he had the ball hit his head back in Baltimore series there. Well, same with Hyman, actually. He had a ball hit his head too. So at one point we had the third string catcher in, and I'm sure, I guess, thank God they did that trade to get another catcher. So I guess he'll be getting a Jays uniform very quick now when it's got him a trade deadline. And you got Alejandro Kirk should be back next week, but he got hit in the head. So everything's okay, Blue Jays. Here's a let's duck, okay? Duck. If you duck, you won't get injured. Okay, get the StreamYard duck, Jacob. We need the duck. There you go. Duck. Okay?
There he is.
There he is, yes. So the thing is, it's like, so they didn't get a big home run, but they got key hits when they needed. They got second base. Their base running was incredible today. Where they stole them bases, they got home really good. There were some plays I didn't think they were going to make it at home plate, and they did. Their Jays are one of the best base running teams in the league right now. They're very good at base running. They're very good at average hits. And you look at, we were just popping fun at Vladdy there. And yeah, Vladdy doesn't have 30 home runs like the other superstars have. But what's different about Vladdy this year is he's hitting the ball to get on base and getting drives in. So he's not worried about being the all-star home run guy like Aaron Judge. He's worried about winning games. And that's the difference of this Jays team over every year. So not worry about making highlight of the night on Sportsnet. They're not worry about being the superstar. They're worry about being a team effort and winning the game. Dave Snyder, for example, he's probably a name. If you're not a Jays fan, you have no idea who he is. He started the offense today and got the first hit of the game going, and he started that big drive in the third inning and basically won the game, right? So every game is a different hero. You look at Badger, for example. Badger is one of the Jays' power hitters this year, and it's only his second year in the league. He was a rookie nobody, and now he's playing very well. So, yeah, I still think the Jays and the pitching was incredible today. You got to look at Sanchez, where 41 years old. He gets 5 strikeouts, went 6 innings. And when they interviewed Dave Snyder at the end of the game, he said it's really amazing for this team to be playing with a future Hall of Famer pitcher. I think that's why we took the gamble in the offseason, like Chazzy called, and got this guy at 41 with an injury, because now that he's healthy, he's incredible. And that new guy, Bazingas, I'm sorry I'm not pronouncing your name right, buddy, but the guy we got from Baltimore, he came in again today. Give him a lot of credit. That trade, to do a trade in a middle of double hitter, has not happened over 100 years, okay? So he's thrown in a very crazy, chaotic situation. And again, he came in today and did very, very well. And I've been picky on the Jays managing over the years, but I really give the GM a lot of credit for what they've done this week. I give a whole new respect for them, because Chad Green was a very good pitcher, played for the Yankees, was very good for the Jays the past 3 years. Past 4 games of the Jays, he had a 27 ERA. That cannot keep happening. The game was blown up in Baltimore, so they put him in, see if he can save it. He still did not get it done. So what they did the craziest thing ever and cut him in the middle of a doubleheader, paid out a salary, got rid of him, made a trade for another pitcher in the middle of doubleheader. Nothing happened over 100 years. And then on trade deadline, what did they get? More pitchers. So they had sorry I put it all on Chad Green. I'm sorry you're a good guy, but just going to call ace of spades. I'm going to call it here, okay? They had a major issue. They gave him another chance, and they fixed it in under 48 hours. I give this team a lot.
Dan, they fixed squat crap. They've won 2 of their last 7. Like, calm down. You're acting like this team is back on a massive winning streak.
Okay,
I still don't love the way this team's playing. The Red Sox are now only 4 games behind you. Thank God you don't have a series against them to close out the season, and the Yankees are poop. Because I'm terrified that the Red Sox are going to catch you, win the division, and then we'll lose to the Yankees in the wild card, and then all this is for nothing. We traded all these prospects for nothing. They'll probably
traded like 2 free prospects.
They'll probably still keep the GM because they like the way he shaves his beard. And we'll have the exact same crap next year of inconsistent baseball, where this team's either the best team in baseball or the worst team in baseball.
Wow.
Well, and we've swept the Yankees more than once.
Exactly.
I know, but the Yankees are underperforming.
Yeah, but they did come out in the beginning of the season with a super bat that league says it's legal, but it should be completely illegal. You know what they were trying to do? They were trying to.
Sure.
It was ridiculous, and so the Yankees are back to them cheating selves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know any other way, but you gotta take that into account. They did come into the season trying to cheat, and we swept them right off the bat.
No,
100%.
They've done a lot of great things, but if they go just 500 through August, I think the Red Sox can catch them. And then if you don't win the division and if you go out first round in the playoffs this year, will be looked at as a disappointment.
I understand that, but
I'm happy with what they did today. Now they just need to do it again tomorrow and to win that series. If every series of 3, if they can win 2, they should win the division.
I agree with that.
You also can't say that Bassett is not lovable. That guy is.
Oh, he's a great pitcher. I do agree with that.
Oh yeah.
He's so cool. I really
if he worked for CBC, he would run the streaming platform CBC.
He would.
Like that's just how great he is. Lane is just adjusting his light so we see his belt even better, which I absolutely love. But Lane, I want to ask you, because you're usually Mr. Pessimist and not me. What do you feel about the Blue Jays right now? Yeah, they did get a win today with good pitching and some good base running and some okay hitting.
Some good defense, too.
But how are you feeling about this team going down the stretch?
I think it's fine. Like I said this before, you're going to go through ups and downs, right? Like I told you guys a winning streak wasn't going to keep lasting. And I told you guys not to freak out. I said, they're going to lose the next 2 series. I was prepared for it, and it's okay. You're going to win. I know the Red Sox are winning. They're going to lose. This light's driving me crazy. One minute looks good, 1 minute doesn't. But seriously, like I'm not that worried because I feel like, okay, yeah, you lost a few games, but so other teams are going to lose games, right? There's going to be ups and downs. All they really did, what they did in July, they just have to play average baseball in August, and they're making the playoffs. As long as they don't do some 15-game losing streak, which now they're 2-1 in their last 3. Whether you like it or not, they have won 2 of their last 3.
True.
You can win. All you have to do is go play, 50-50 baseball, win a few series, beat a few teams here and there, win a few series, and you're fine. They've put themselves in a good position.
Yeah. No,
That winning streak in July did that put them in a good position. I do agree with you.
The one good thing is
August, they're okay.
The one good thing is even after all these losses, they're still 4 games ahead of the division.
Which is
That's
good.
the key. That's the key.
I'm just very fortunate. I'm just happy we don't play the Red Sox to close out the year because the Red Sox are looking very good right now.
Yeah, but
they are. You gotta give credit where
we
credit
play the
is
Yankees
due.
in September. That's the last time we
Sox
play
are
the
looking
Yankees.
very
Actually,
good.
we do play the Red Sox actually to close out the year in September.
Oh, boy,
So watch out for that one, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I don't know why. I have a gut feeling the Red Sox are going to keep rolling. I thought this team was underperforming.
Yeah, I think
all
so
year,
too. Yeah.
and they seem to now be playing the way I thought they would. Yeah. But I think it's time we wrap up the show for this evening.
Okay, I need to jump in though first before you close off. I am not.
I had a good throw planned and everything.
No, you didn't. This is gonna be way better.
Yeah, I like it.
I am not at the mercy to say specifics, but everyone watching on YouTube, X, Twitch, wherever you're at, please please get excited for some amazing updates coming to the Streakers app. You will be blown away. You will love them so much. That is gonna be the first thing you do, jumping out of your bed in the morning. You're gonna love these updates. They're amazing. They're gonna help you sleep at night. They're gonna honestly,
for real.
It'll be the one to tuck you in at night.
It will, honestly.
You won't find no app just like me.
Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be so amazed by the updates coming. I am so excited. I am so fired up. It's going to be phenomenal.
We're literally changing lives with this update.
Okay, Darman.
We are changing lives.
No, I mean the Streakers app. What's happening in it coming up is absolutely incredible. Make sure you watch out for Lane's new show coming up, Sports Talk with Lane. We already have his image ready for his new logo. Reminder to streamers, if you're looking to stream your own shows, I put a discount code in the comments. That is going to save you, I believe it is
10%.
10% off StreamYard. So make sure you use that discount code. And let us know you use that discount code, and I will give you a virtual hug.
And also watch out for exciting news with Key's Football Pick'em League too, and Streakers. So that'll be some really cool stuff coming up too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Key,
take it to another level.
You wrapped up the show better than I did. You are right. So
I told you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'm Jacob Moore, Self-Proclaimed Sports Analyst, joined by Key Smith, Mr. Moore for your money. Woo! And Lane Dashco, who now looks like the Terminator.
No, Jacob. I need, since it's wrestling night, I need a real wrestling introduction as the Streakers on champion. I need you to give your best impression of an announcer. I need a real announcer.
Okay.
Oh, he's calling you out, Cable.
Okay.
Let's go.
It's the all-time champion, the best looking, the one who's cooking, the belt-making champion, Lane Dashco. If you're looking for someone better looking than him, well, get off my stage. Get off my field. This is real. Lane Dashco, WWE Velcro Strap Champion. Let's go, baby. Woo!
Wow.
All right, you guys had the intro of your lifetime there.
The microphone's like giving out. That was so crazy.
One more thing before we sign out. Those who use the promo code, I get the virtual hugs first, though.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Make sure you join us for our pre-recorded show on Monday.
Woo! Bye.